There's thousands of moments in my life that I cherished and I will cherish till the day I die that would not have been possible if I did not speak Spanish. You're gonna have these random coffee shop conversations with strangers, long talks with friends, and cultivate deep, meaningful, lifelong friendships that you would never have had access to. There's techniques, methods, and practices that go back thousands of years. Somehow, none of it's taught in school. They're extremely powerful, life-changing. 4 of hearts, and then 5 of spades, and then the 9 of hearts, and then the 9 of clubs, and the king of hearts. Eso.
Take you to Las Vegas.
No, they don't let me in there anymore. I don't know why, right? You're gonna have to wrestle with your subconscious brain, with the monkey brain. You're gonna wanna not show up. You're gonna wanna skip a day, skip 2 days. Next thing you know, 5 months go by, and you're like, what the hell happened to my Spanish? Right? We need to stay consistent. We need to support each other and help each other stay motivated, stay focused, and so we can all grow and succeed and move forward together. If you come to 10 out of 11 consecutive lessons, you get the full online course for free, which is normally $350 US. You get the whole course for free. And if you show up to 20 out of 21, you get to come to a live course for free, which is $400 US cash. You get to come for free. It's simple, but it's not always going to be easy. We're going to have something very, very special tonight. Bless you. I have 8 special gifts for you tonight. 3 of these gifts are things that have literally changed my life. And I can guarantee you 100% if you implement these gifts into your lives with a moderate amount of consistency over the next 12 months, I guarantee you it will change your life as well. There's another 3 gifts that you're gonna have today, more tangible things for you. I have a gift for you for the future, and there's gonna be a surprise gift for you at the end of the lesson. Hey, Christmas! Before we talk about the first gift, which is why we're all here really, I wanna ask you a question. If we could take a pause on our lives and just travel around, road trip across any country you want, all of your problems, responsibilities, everything gets put on pause, you just disappear, you have all the experiences you want for a whole year, then you come back and everything continues where it left off, all your money is back, everything, you didn't miss any work. Who would want to do that? Right? Travel around and you can't get hurt, everything goes back to normal, you can never get hurt, you can't die, you can't lose any money, you can't miss anything, just go out, have fun, explore, and travel back. That'd be fun, right?
Amazing.
There might be a couple of things that would maybe give you a better experience on your trip, right? Maybe if you had a car, for example, then instead of hitchhiking, that might make things a little bit easier. Nothing wrong with hitchhiking, right? You'll have your fun experience, but a vehicle would make things a lot easier, right?
Yep.
And also what goes good with a vehicle? Some gasoline, right? So if you had a little gasoline card with free gas, you can fill it up all the time. That would help a lot on your trip, right? Yep. What about if there was a road and you didn't have to go off-road 4x4 into the jungle? That's also fun, but the road allows you to get there a lot more safely, right? No problems, no stress, just flow. What about GPS? Again, nothing wrong with going without a GPS. That's fun too. Get lost, buy a map, end up in random towns, ask for directions, that's fine. But GPS helps if you want to be a little more efficient and see as many things as possible. And what about a guide? I think having a guide with you would be the ultimate ease. You can relax. The guide's taking care of everything. He knows exactly where to go, where to turn, the best activities to do, the most efficient way. So there's plenty of ways that we could enjoy our trip. But the more things that we have, the more efficient, the more fun, the less stress, the more comfortable it's all going to become. Who wants to learn Spanish? Excellent. We're in the right room. We're in the right place. So the first gift I want to give you is the gift of Spanish. Everybody receive the gift of Spanish. Put it into your hearts. We're going to receive the gift of Spanish. Spanish is the objective. That's what we're going towards. It's the Holy Grail. But to get there, it's going to be a lot faster if we have a vehicle. The vehicle is going to be speed learning, memory hacking, brain hacking, whatever you want to call it. Right? This is a vehicle, something tangible that you can rely on. It's efficient. It will always be there. right? Whenever you're having any doubts, you have this vehicle. It's solid and it will get you everywhere you want to go. Speed learning and brain hacking is a solid vehicle. Now, if you don't have any gas, it's not going to do you much good. The gas is your motivation, your inspiration, your why. That's something that you can't just fill it up once and drive for the year. You have to constantly keep an eye on your gauge. The gas is always going down, you have to refill it. So you always have to focus and refill that motivation, that why, the inspiration. So think about why you're learning Spanish, why you're doing that. You might as well just stay home and watch TV, right? There's a reason why you're here. Now, the gas pedal is also very important. You have the nice car, full tank of gas. If you don't press the accelerator, you're not going anywhere. So you have to take some action. You have to do something. And it's not just press the gas pedal once and, I mean, yeah, if you have a good car, you can put it on cruise control. That helps. But normally you got to keep your foot on the gas, right? You have to continuously always put action and practice. It won't just happen by itself, right? Maybe if you have a Tesla, it'll drive by itself. But normally you have to drive it by yourself, all right? And time is an essential element. It needs to take the time that it's going to take, right? Yeah, you could do a quick little weekend trip and have a lot of fun. But if you want to do the full experience, you want to see all the cities, all the flavors, all the music, all the people, and really experience it all, I think a full year is a good amount of time to have that, the whole complete experience. Okay? Now, speaking about the motivation, the gas, I think that's one of the most important things because that's how most people end up giving up and stopping the trip, cutting it short, right? Or stressing out because you're always running on fumes and you're not stopping to refill. We got Brendan here. Brendan started learning, it was a year ago, January, right? 12 months about? Yeah. So 12 months ago, Brendan started learning Spanish. Now, Brendan, just like what I was learning, just like when all of you, just like every human being out there, we have certain elements that might get into our way, stand in our way. The Spanish language is incredibly simple. It's extremely simple. If you were a robot, an artificial intelligence robot, I could sit down and talk to you in 4 hours and get you to a really solid level of basic Spanish. In 10 hours, you'd be out there talking politics and economy and arts and everything. There's not that much information that you really need. So why does it take so damn long if a robot could do it in 10 hours? We have a supercomputer here, but we also have a lot of other elements that we don't really understand. Nobody ever told us or showed us how different parts of our brain works, how the neurology, the neuroscience behind it works. So if we don't understand it, we're just going blind. So we have a lot of things that could be our friends or our enemies, right? The monkey brain, the monkey mind, yada, yada, yada. You're not gonna make it, you're not smart enough, you're forgetting too much, you're not making any progress, you sound like an idiot, everybody's laughing at you, blah, 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 blah. Right? The ego, standing in our way, right? Sometimes not even starting, not even stopping, because I'm not a person who makes mistakes. All right, I gotta wait until I'm perfect before I go out there and show myself. God forbid somebody will see me make a mistake, right? God forbid somebody would know that I'm a fallible human being that makes mistakes and is not perfect, right? If you look at people's Instagrams and Facebooks, everybody's perfect nowadays, right? Nobody's ever gonna show a blemish or anything stupid, right? We have so many things going against us that we don't really know how to control. So just like with Brendan, just like with me, just like with all of you, every single day, there are these things holding us back, making us doubt ourselves, making us struggle more than we need to. But Brendan kept going, was practicing 4 or 5 days a week. He's a very hardworking, disciplined person, so he stayed with it, but he was always working on his other projects. But he just practiced like an hour a day, 4 or 5 days a week. And now he's speaking to people, people think he's Latino. So Brendan, eres Latino. Exactly. So he was finally traveling in Colombia and now back, finally taking a little bit of time away from work to experienciar la vida.
Mi amigo, mi socio, mi socio, increíble. Puede hablar perfectamente pues, mexicano. Pero yo aprendí con él y ahorita puedo hablar, no perfectamente, pero con muchas palabras. Y cada día, paso a paso, estoy mejorando.
I've been with him and with other people having hour-long conversations, deep subjects, emotions, all the body parts, about every different things, and he's got it after less than a year. Or actually now about a year. So round of applause, yes. But I'm more curious to hear about not the wins, because we can see the wins, all the difficulties, the struggles, the doubts along the way, just in a minute or two.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias, Brendan.
So what is very interesting, Phil definitely teaches exactly, uses different programming techniques and brain hacking, he calls it, what he calls it. But if you actually really put it into play, he'll come up in your head again and again and again long term. He still comes up in my head. I'm thinking about like past tense, whatever. But I would say the most difficult piece to it, which I believe we can all overcome, is just being consistent and saying, hey, I messed up, but it's totally cool. And then every time that you say, oh, I messed up, it's a little bit further away. And then soon enough, you're thinking less and less of being able to speak. And so some of the difficulties that I experienced was, I have all these other things going on. I'm building software, I'm building like true AI and artificial intelligence and doing all these really cool things. And I don't have a lot of time to practice. However, what I would do is I would take what he told me and I would just talk to myself in my head again and again and again. And then I would also just speak out loud when I could. I'd be like, podría, and I would just like say these things, and then I would forget. Sometimes I wouldn't even know what I'm saying, but I would say it, and I would feel like I'm getting something, right? And so what I would say is the difficulties are going to come. They're so normal. It's so a part of the process. However, when you say, I am going to do this, I am going to do that, and you have some type of end goal in mind, like for me, I want to speak in front of 1,000 people, only in Spanish, and impact South America, then you know that you're bettering yourself, and you're going to get closer to that every single day. Even though you feel like you're getting further away, what I would do is I would be here, I would go back to the States, and then I would come back and I'd be like, wait a second, I know more. And it wasn't until I quieted my mind that I recognized, oh, I know. And so, yes, every single day it was a struggle. It's still kind of a struggle. Like I can spend a whole weekend with someone that I'm dating and not speak a single bit of English and be fine, but I still am struggling. I'm trying to say things and sentences. So it's not like it just magically you learn one day. No, it's a process. But if you take it step by step, and even when you're messing up, you know that your mess up is actually a little bit less of a mess up than before, and that it is starting to get ingrained in your mind. Soon enough, it'll turn into not only one word that you learn, but 2 words that now couple with each other and now make a phrase. And those dichos and the jokes and the things, if you take that very seriously, implement the way that he does teach it, a lot of the difficulties, they're just not going to seem like difficulties so much anymore. It's just going to start thinking like, oh, this is just a process. It's a part of the process. So that's basically what I would say to anyone. And also, the process does suck a little bit. I feel like a lot of people try and make it seem like, oh yeah, it's super simple. It is super simple once you start, but it also is very difficult at times, and that's totally fine. I believe that you guys, ladies and men and gentlemen, will be able to get this if you take in his practices. So, yeah, that's what I have to do.
A huevo, güey. Gracias, hermano. Sorry, man.
Oh boy.
Excelente. So it was, even after a couple of months, he was already starting to have pretty solid, lengthy conversations, still with a lot of holes. But I mean, within 12 months to be, after a 10-minute conversation, people think that he's Latino, right? That's a very, very great progress. Now, es posible para todos. It's possible for everybody. Basic conversational fluency is very easy. That's where you can go to any like bar or party and just kind of connect with people, get, you know, your basic needs met, right? Explain things, have a simple connection, but nothing of depth, nothing of meaning, not having just having fun and a basic connection. In a very short period of time, you could have that. But to have long conversations, deep connections, right? Where you're a whole weekend with somebody, that could take a couple of months, even 5 months, 6 months, even a year, right? Until it's just all flowing very nicely. But for most people, those results, like what Brendan has, for most people, that takes 15, 20, 30 years. I see it all the time on my social media posts of 15 hours basic, and people are like, oh, I've been in this country for 30 years and I could barely handle this. It's impossible, it's bullshit. Yeah, if that's your mindset, it will be impossible. If your monkey brain will always be talking to you, will always be trying to bring you down. So your biggest battle is not gonna be with the Spanish language, I guarantee it. Your biggest battle is gonna be right here. And the brain has a really funny way of being very selective with its memories, right? So if you take 3 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, five, going back and forward, your brain will just show you every step back and repeat. And it'll show you 10 steps back. And you say, see, look, step back, step back. It won't show you all the forward steps that you took. So it's your job to remember those moments. Get a journal. It's very important to keep track of all your wins. Every time you got something that you wanted, every time you express something, you have to keep that gas tank filled as much as possible before your monkey brain wears you down. So the goal of this weekly meetup is to get you where Brendan is within 12 months. We're gonna have a free meetup every week, here or somewhere else. We're gonna figure it out as we go along, but every week 2 hours, and I'm gonna share all the tricks, the secrets, the tips, the shortcuts. I reformatted the entire language into very simple, easy to grasp elements that you're gonna be able to take with you on your daily practices. If you just come here once a week and do nothing outside, I can't guarantee you'll get there in 12 months. But if you spend 5-10 minutes a day minimum, ideally a little bit more, but 5-10 minutes a day just putting into practice what we learn here, I can guarantee you will not be able to recognize the level of fluency, and it's going to transcend the language, and it's going to start rippling up into your work, into your businesses, your relationships. Yes.
What he's saying is very, very true about this transcend. Who I was a year and a half ago, I am Puerto Rican, and my grandmother from that side, who I thought I was, like with all the things I did. I played college football, I did like so many different businesses, my influence, like different things, to who I am now. It's like I look at that stuff in the past as like a completely different person. And it's actually really cool. It's really, really cool. And I just wanted to say that it's a beautiful thing once you start learning the language and how passionate and unique it is. It's you just, I don't know, it's almost as if like your life just shifts and it adjusts in a way that you don't really know it's going to. But I want to date Latinas. I don't want to date people from the States anymore. And no offense. Latinas are transcending. It's very serious. It's very real.
I've seen it. I've had over 1,000 students so far, and I hear it all the time. Like your level of creativity, once you start connecting and accessing these different parts of your brain, right? Your creative thinking, your lateral thinking, your problem-solving skills, your interpersonal skills, your connection skills, your ability to handle situation, your ability to handle the monkey brain. It's not just potentially your worst enemy. Thank you, brother. For Spanish, right? It's there with you everywhere, and every date and every job interview and every situation, it's there. It could be your best friend, but if you don't know how to handle it, it could be your worst enemy, right? So the more effort you put into understanding your brain and your mind with the Spanish, it's going to ripple throughout so many different aspects. So that's the first gift, is the gift of Spanish. That if you just come here every week and practice a little bit, you're going to get further than you ever thought possible. The other 2 gifts are things that are going to actually make the first gift possible. The second gift is the speed learning and the memory hacking. Now, the Spanish has only been in my life since 2015. Just to give you an idea of why the hell this Canadian dude is teaching y'all Spanish. I've been doing brain hacking, speed learning tricks for the last 20 years. It got me through school when I was barely passing. And I didn't want to study more. And I wanted to leave. I was managing a couple restaurants, working municipal law enforcement back home in Montreal, and I wanted to come to Mexico. So I managed to find a job that I liked, general manager in the Thompson Hotel rooftop restaurant Catch. I joined the interview process. I managed to make it down to the final 2. And they said, Phil, we want to hire you, we like you, but we're going to go with the other guy. Immediately my ego was trying to scream out, well, screw you, I don't need this job anyway. I'm happy where I am, I'm fine where I am, screw you guys, I'm fine. Let the ego have his tantrum. And then instead I decided to ask a simple question, can I ask why? And they said, Phil, I don't know how it didn't occur to you earlier, but apparently to manage a restaurant in Mexico with Mexican staff and Mexican, clientele, you kind of need to learn and you need to speak Spanish. And quite frankly, they have no idea how I made it through this far without Spanish. So I said, okay, that's fair enough, but maybe we have a misunderstanding. I don't speak Spanish now, but give me 4 weeks and I'll speak Spanish. And they said, how the hell are you going to learn Spanish in less than a month? I said, that's my problem. I'm going to worry about that. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I'm pretty confident in my speed learning tricks. I'll do the best I can. If I can't figure it out, worst case scenario, in 4 weeks, I'm going to fix all your logistical problems, and you have those 4 weeks to find somebody better than him, better than I. You'll find the perfect replacement. They said, okay. So they hired me on board. I had 4 weeks. I had 15 pages of menu description in Spanish and in English to memorize. I had to learn Spanish, and I had like 150 employees in the hotel to learn their names, and working 6 days a week, 10, 15-hour days, and trying to live my life.
That's the immersion, that's why I like.
Yes, every situation becomes a classroom. Every person becomes your teacher. I didn't have time to go to class, so I had to make the best out of all these different situations. So that brings me back to the second. That wouldn't be possible. Right? The Spanish element has changed my life. When I look back at all the people that I've met, all the parties, the celebrations, the road trips, the conversations, the connections, all the different things. There's thousands of moments in my life that I cherished and I will cherish till the day I die that would not have been possible if I did not speak Spanish. If I look back at my life pre-Spanish, it's a whole different version of Phil. And if I look at all the things that I've experienced since then, if I didn't have Spanish, I would be extremely depressed. I would have lost half of my life experience, and I'm still a young guy. So I'm extremely excited for you guys because you guys are where I was in 2015, and you guys are gonna embark on this mission, this journey, this road trip, and you're gonna have all of these connections. You're gonna have the dates with the Latinas and Latinos. You're gonna have the road trips. You're gonna have the parties, the weddings, the mariachis. You're gonna have these random coffee shop conversations with strangers. You're gonna have long talks with friends and cultivate deep, meaningful, lifelong friendships that you would never have had access to. It's all gonna happen with time, right? So this goes back to the second gift that I want to share with you guys with the speed learning. None of it would have been possible if I didn't have that. Now, 20 years ago, I had to make a decision to either change lines of work for my dream job of being a cop or study more because I was failing too many things. So I took to the internet and I started looking, how do I learn faster? How can I memorize more efficiently? And I went down a rabbit hole. There's so many books out there. There's studies, there's techniques, methods, and practices that go back thousands of years. Somehow, none of it's taught in school. They're extremely powerful, life-changing. I started applying them just to test them out, and I noticed immediate difference. So I started, whenever I find something cool, I have to share it. There's no point in enjoying it by yourself. So I started sharing with all my friends, guys, come to my place. I'm gonna show you how to cheat on the exam. Everybody's excited, let's go. All right, so we're gonna take our notes, all right, and we're gonna commit them to memory in a way that we can close our eyes and have all the answers right there when we need them. They said, Phil, that's studying. I said, no, it's not studying. Look, we're gonna trick the information into the brain, we're gonna force it in, and then we're going to have the information for the exam. Still sounds like studying. So I'm like, just trust me, let's try it this way. So we thought we were cheating, the teachers thought we were cheating, all of our grades are going up. It is insane how much of an impact a few little simple tricks. Now you could spend 20 years studying brain hacking and speed learning, all these different things, but in reality, if you just understand a couple of simple principles, that gives you like 70% or 80% of what you're gonna get out of it. So you don't need that much to be able to apply that in your day-to-day life and to be able to maximize your learning experience and literally learn 10, 20, 100 times faster, right? So a little example that I like to do to demonstrate is, who can memorize a whole deck of cards?
You, yeah.
So the speed learning can be applied to anything, every single day. Every time you meet somebody and you forget their name instantly. Every time you have to learn something for work. Every time you call the bank and you have to get your credit cards. When we understand how the brain works, we can reprogram, reformat anything. So I'm a little nervous in front of crowds, even though it doesn't show. I memorized this just to give you an example of what the brain can do. So we'll try it in a quick moment here and see if it works. All right, let's give it a try. We'll start with the 3 of diamond. Here, we'll get you to 3 of diamond.
Quoi?
3 of diamond?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, 3 of diamond. The 6 of clubs.
Yes.
Excelente. The ace of diamonds.
Yes.
The 2 of hearts.
Yes.
The 6 of hearts.
Yes. Yes.
Excelente. The 4 of diamonds.
Yes.
The 10 of clubs.
Yes.
The king of diamonds.
Yes.
The 4 of spades.
Yes.
The ace of clubs.
Yes. Yep.
Excelente. 6 of spades.
Yes.
Excelente. The 6 of spades. Oh, now the monkey brain's coming in. Monkey brain's coming in. 6 of spades. Then we have the 8 of hearts.
Yes.
Hey, we're back in action. 8 of hearts with the 2 of clubs and the 2 of diamonds
Yes.
and the ace. Oh, I think I just mixed up 2 cards. One of these is the ace of hearts.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the queen of diamonds,
Yes.
and then the queen of clubs
Yes.
brings in the ace of spades,
Yes.
then the king of spades,
Yes.
and then the joker.
Yep.
All right, then we got the 3 of hearts,
Yes. Yes.
the 7 of hearts,
Yes. Yes.
the 5 of clubs,
Yep. Yeah.
the 9 of spades,
Correct.
the 3 of clubs, the queen of hearts,
Correct.
the 9 of diamonds,
Correct.
the 7 of clubs,
Yeah.
king of clubs,
Correct.
the 8 of clubs,
Correct.
the jack of clubs.
Yes.
The jack of clubs brings the 7 of spades,
Yes.
the 10 of spades,
Correct.
the 10 of diamonds,
Correct.
then the 10 of diamonds brings the queen of spades
Yes.
with the 4 of clubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the 4 of clubs with, damn phone, 4 of clubs with the 7 of diamonds,
Yes.
and then the other joker,
Yes.
then the 5 of hearts,
Correct.
5 of diamonds,
Yeah.
3 of spades,
Correct.
3 of spades, the 10 of hearts,
Correct.
10 of hearts, 8 of spades,
Correct.
8 of spades with the jack of hearts,
Yes.
becomes the jack of diamonds,
Yeah.
becomes the 2 of spades,
It's a yes.
becomes the jack of spades,
Yeah.
becomes the 6 of diamonds,
Correct.
8 of diamonds,
Yeah. Correct.
and then the 8 of diamonds brings the 5 of hearts, 5 of hearts, 5 of spades. No, 4 of hearts, and then 5 of spades, and then the 9 of hearts,
Yes.
and then the 9 of clubs,
Correct.
and the king of hearts.
Correct.
Eso.
Take you to Las Vegas.
No, they don't let me in there anymore. I don't know why. All right, so my brother had like 7 or 8 concussions in high school. He never remembers how many. He had a really hard time studying for exams. He'd go to a party, he'd forget everybody's names instantaneously. He, in 15 hours, was able to learn very solid Spanish, and he was able to memorize the whole deck of cards. And he even did it. I used to do these Lechuga groups, and I was sick one day, and he replaced me in front of a whole group, and he did the whole deck. I promise you, it's just a simple matter of implementing some simple tricks over a consistent period of time. My students are always freaked out when I have a course with 10 students and I have everybody's phone numbers memorized and the date of births and everything. And it's not to impress you, it's to express to you, to show to you what the brain is capable of, right? When I first started memorizing the deck card, it took me an hour to memorize the deck. Now I do it in 10 minutes. My first phone number was 3 years ago that I memorized, like with these tricks. It took me, what, 5-10 minutes for one phone number? Now in that time I do 10-12 phone numbers, right? So it's not a question of how smart you think you are, where you are genetically, right? Of course there is a little percentage of predisposition where you might be a little bit easier for you at the beginning, but any single human being could get to the point where you're doing the exact same thing. I guarantee it. It's been proven, it's been shown. There's a lot of studies. There's memory competitions around the world where people are literally just memorizing like 4,000-5,000 numbers in 1 hour. Can you imagine sitting down with a series of numbers, right? It's been shown that geniuses, people with high IQs, can't hold on to more than 7 numbers at a time, right? You show a random genius 7-8 numbers, you'll have a hard time remembering them all. Whereas these average people who have practiced these tricks in 1 hour are memorizing 4,000 or 5,000 digits, right? In a couple of hours, they're memorizing 20 to 40 decks of cards, one after the other, tack, 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 tack. The record, I think, for one deck is a couple of seconds. It's like 10 seconds. He literally is just going like this through the whole pack, and then he's done. He didn't start like that. It took him time in the beginning. It probably took him an hour, right? But whatever you do consistently will grow, all right? So we're gonna learn some Spanish now, but just before that, let's finish with the gifts. The third gift is the gift of giving. We all have it in our DNA. It's all in our wiring. We're societal creatures. We're designed to help each other, support each other, uplift each other, help each other, motivate each other, and work together. That's how our brain and our everything works best. So those who have ever experienced helping somebody else or asking for help and doing this exchange, it feels great. But later on, when you start looking at the neuroscience and the spirituality and all the other things, you realize that from an egotistical point of view, from a selfish point of view, helping people helps yourself a lot, right? From the spiritual side, you can think of karma, what you put out, you will receive, but also from the neurological perspective, right? When you are helping others, you are actually receiving a trifecta of happiness chemicals, extreme happiness high that takes over your brain. So we have 4 happiness chemicals and 1 stress chemical. Most of the time when you're fucking up in Spanish, when you're making mistakes, when you can't speak, it's because you have a stress chemical going through your body. What is a stress chemical? Cortisol. Cortisol wreaks havoc in your body and in your mind. It lowers your IQ by 50-60% easy. It removes all the information, right? You see, even I forget some cards when I have cortisol in my system, right? Nobody is immune to it. But there are things that we could do to limit the cortisol we have in our body and limit how long it stays there, right? Breathing is an easy way to reset your central nervous system, but you can flush it out with happiness. So if you're in a situation where you're helping people, you're at a dog rescue place walking dogs, and you're helping somebody, right? You're getting these chemicals in your brain and it's pushing out the cortisol, which allows you to access more of your Spanish, and it allows you to learn much more at a much faster rate. So the more you give, the more you will receive, not just in your Spanish, but in all areas of your life. So to continue on that note of giving, the 3 gifts from today, I always try to support as much as I can local projects, communities, entrepreneurs, small businesses, things like that. So we have 3 here today, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff for you guys to take home. So the first one is the Flow Pow. So this is from Ina. She makes these special blends of flowers that you can smoke either by itself or with tobacco or with weeds. You can eat it with honey, let it chill for a month, and then take a little bit of spoon every day, or you can make tea out of it. A lot of it is different tea things. So she puts in all of her love, her energy, and a little bit of witchcraft to set some intentions on her 4 different blends of flavors. So whatever you want to attract more of in your life, mindfulness, love, abundance, or gratitude. You have the mindfulness, the arousal, the Hakuna Matata, and the abundance. So Ina, can you just share for 30 seconds why you do what you do? Yay! So I bought like 30 jars, so you can all take some home. If you don't want it, you can give it to somebody else. They're really, really cool little gifts. So before you leave, everybody just grab one. So thank you, Ina.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Ina. I started this because I really love herbs and spices, and for me, like all the plants, they have like 2 different effects on you. One is the physical effect, one is the other is the spiritual effect. Rest or not feeling well or something like this. Yeah, Phil had this idea that I could actually sell these things and help with that a lot of more people than just my friends, so that I can give my attention and love and my knowledge to all of you.
Yay! Who here has tried the Flow Pao? Is it good? See, it even tastes better, and I don't smoke very often, but the cops can't smell it. It covers the smell. Yeah. For those of you who are worried about the time, no worry, we're gonna pack so much Spanish in a ridiculously fast amount of time that you're gonna get like 20 hours of normal lessons in like half an hour. Don't worry, we're getting there. We're getting there. Second, we got Brian, who on my last Spanish course, my last 3-day Fast Track to Fluency course, Brian brought a bunch of micro doses, and we used the micro doses, and it was I would say it was like a 15-20% increase of the overall experience of people, how quick they were learning. So Brian, I bought a bunch of micro dose psilocybin pills, so you can take one home with you to experiment it. Can you explain in like 30 seconds, a minute, what are the benefits of micro dosing? Brian!
Hello everybody, I'm Brian. I'm a psychedelic facilitator, mushroom cultivator. So I work with psilocybin mushrooms frequently. If anybody's heard of some of the latest news about how it's impacting a lot of healing communities, it's become popular, but a lot of the clinical studies have been around that, as well as how it affects the brain as far as increasing the neuroplasticity within the brain, or also known as like neurogenesis. So it allows you, like they say, like, oh, you're going to lose brain cells and you can't recreate brain cells. Well, that's not true. You can rebuild your brain. So the psilocybin mushrooms helps build these neural connections within your brain, which is super helpful with NLP techniques, where we're taking Spanish and tying them to stories and building different types of connections to how we're speaking the language. The psilocybin mushrooms really help and assist in that process.
Excelente. Gracias, hermano. And then the third thing, he's an amazing, amazing, talented chef. I've had a lot of friends from Toronto and Montreal come down, big foodies, big, difficult people, and they absolutely love his cooking. You know, your first restaurant is not very easy. It's very different cooking and putting all your heart and soul into food than to have marketing and strategies and planning and you know, have all these different things to think about. Trying to support him. So I have a bunch of 200 peso and 100 peso gift certificates that I bought for you guys. So there's a whole pile there. You're gonna have a great time, and it's a great person to practice your Spanish with. Isaias, come up here, brother. A very, very talented chef, a beautiful human being, an amazing person. And also Ina, come back up. ECS's phone was not working properly, so he couldn't get on Rappi anymore. And today, Ina and Les bought him a brand new, really nice Motorola phone, so he's back on Rappi. Thank you, Ina. Everybody send some love to Les. He had to go, but thank you, Les. Yeah. So in 30 seconds, a minute, why do you do what you do? Why do you cook? Why do you work 6 days a week, 15-hour days?
You know, thank you so much for coming for the Spanish class with my friend and my brother Phil. You know, he's a really nice guy. I don't speak English very well. I'm so sorry, you know.
Who thinks his English is great?
Well, you know, when I child, you know, all the time say, you know, I have a dream. I have a dream. My dream is I want to put my restaurant, you know. And it's not too easy, not too easy to put it better. Nothing is easy, but nothing is impossible too. You know, when I moved to USA, I don't speak English, nothing. You know, only Espanol. But I say I can do it. You know, I can do it. So the kitchen is my passion. You know, it's my passion. Now, my dream is real. Not only for me, only for you. You help all you guys. You know, for him, for Ina, for everybody. You know, they help me a lot. You know, Lola's Restaurant is not only for me. It's por todos ustedes, para todos ustedes. You know, for everybody. I don't know. Sometimes I wanna cry, you know, because I have only 1 year here in Playa, and I see good people. They put everything for myself, and they don't know who I am, you know. And really, I appreciate that, you know. And I work too hard for, you know. And this is my passion, and I love Lola's Restaurant. But thank you so much. Maybe someday you can go to. You can go to restaurant.
Who likes his food?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much for help my hermano Pio. You can speak Spanish too.
Yeah!
Muchas gracias.
Free,
Muchas gracias.
free Spanish lessons any day in Lola's also.
Gracias, amigos. Muchas gracias.
See,
Adiós.
working on your dream, right? He's got plenty of doubts, plenty of reasons to stop, but he keeps going every day, moving forward, and people are finally starting to realize it, enjoy it. So, all right, so those are the 3 gifts from now. Also, I'm gonna be bribing you guys to keep coming consistently here. Every second week that you come to consecutive, there's gonna be a whole table full of different things that I'm gonna buy from other artisans or local businesses or whatever. If you come to 5 consecutive classes, I'm gonna give you the online course for free, which is 7 verb tenses in an hour with a couple of hours of extra bonus content and practice for free. If you come to 10 out of 11 consecutive lessons, you get the full online course for free, which is normally $350 US. You get the whole course for free. And if you show up to 20 out of 21, you get to come to a live course for free, which is $400 US cash. You get to come for free. If you already did the course, either one, you can gift it to somebody else. They're transferable, the online courses or the live ones. So I'm trying to get you to consistently come and just show up. Showing up is 3/4 of the battle, and I guarantee you, if you do this consistently for 12 months, you will be in a place that you would never have thought possible. All right? And then the last surprise, we'll give it at the end. All right, so let's get into a bit of Spanish while we're waiting for him to come up. I was gonna memorize these, but I had an hour and a half with the chiropractor because I had a fractured vertebrae here. So I was gonna do it while he was working on me, but the pain was a little bit more than I anticipated. So I'm gonna cheat sheet here for you guys. So the reason why Spanish is incredibly simple is because of all the similarities and the overlaps between Spanish and English, right? What happened in 1066? Right? What a great job the education system did teaching us, right? Nobody knows what 1066, I didn't know until recently. The Battle of Hastings, right? In the Battle of Hastings, William the Conqueror led the Norman invasion of England and won. For 300 years, England was French. Who knew that? How crazy is that? For 300 years, England was French. And in that time, all the legal system, right, royalty, everything was happening in French. So during that time, they absorbed literally 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 words, depending on what your vocabulary is, how you count them. But at least 5,000 words were taken from French and put into English. Now it's like when you were in school and copying off of your friend, right? They couldn't copy the exact same thing, so they changed 1 or 2 things to make it look different, and then they called it English. That's why the Count of Monte Cristo, William Dumas, this famous French poet, author, he famously read a book in English and said, English is French, but badly pronounced. Right? A little French arrogance there. But he's got a point, because if you just learn the subtle, fine art of bullshittery, pardon my French, finessing, you can take your English, all the vocabulary, the extensive vocabulary that you spent a lifetime acquiring, just make it sound sexy, throw a little Spanish accent, throw a vowel in at the end, and ole, you have it in Espanol, right? You'd be surprised how, like, I've had people just as a joke say, look, speak to them in Spanish, but in English, but with the best Spanish accent you can, and people understand most of what they're saying. It's freaky, right? But somehow the monkey brain is always trying to make us believe that the English language and the Spanish language are completely different, right? You're gonna see a word like independientemente and independently, and you say, no, these are two different words. But when you really focus and you know what to look for, independientemente, independently, they're almost exactly the same. Even similar words, like the same, like bus and bus are spelled the same. Bus and bus. And you would be surprised by how many people don't know what the word bus means. They're like, bus? No, I don't speak Spanish, I don't know. He speaks too fast, I can't understand. Right? If you just took 1 second, slowed down, took a breath, relaxed your ears, you would understand so much more. And if you're able to embrace this subtle art of bullshittery and just speak English with a Spanish accent, add some vowels, try to apply some simple transformational patterns, right? We're gonna see 20 of them here that are in a couple of minutes. That's gonna give you access to 5,000-6,000 words, okay? So, in Espanol, there's 12,681 words that end with ION, and there's 1,200 of them that are the exact same in Spanish and in English. Exact same. Passion, pasión. It's just sexier. That's it. No difference. Investigation, investigación. Right? Extradition, extradición. Transportation. Yes. Right? Vascularization. Something with the veins or something, I don't know. But if ever you need to use that word in English, you can handle it in Spanish too, right? Erection, erección, right? Now you get to go out there and have fun. You have access to everything that you need, all the essentials, right? Right? We got passion, we got erection, and vascularization, right? That's all we need. All right. Action, acción, tradition, illusion, mission, television, expression, version, comprehension, comprensión, transportación, versión, expresión, televisión, misión, ilusión, tradición. It's the same thing. 16,331 Spanish words. I did the math. Actually, I got sneaky. I started counting and then I just went on a Scrabble website, Spanish Scrabble. And then they tell you how many words and end with these. So ending with IA, 16,331. Many of them are the same in English, right? Family is familia. History, historia. Battery, batería. Ceremony, ceremonia. Urgency. Now the G is like a scratchy H. Urgencia. The U is like an orangutan on the swing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Urgencia, right? Copy. Copy, like a photocopy. Copia. You see the signs everywhere in the stores. Copias, copias, copias. It's copy, right? So a lot of words right there. 10,689 words end with AR. Hundreds of them are very similar in English. Actually the same. Similar. Similar. That's why I wrote similar, because it was I guess it was a joke. Similar is similar, right? Regular, regular, familiar, familiar, perpendicular, right? Who learns that in a basic Spanish class, right? No, but why not? Every once in a while, you need to know that, right? The avenues, right, or the streets are perpendicular to the beach, right? The avenues are paralelos. Right? Parallel. It's important every once in a while. You might use it once a year. But if you have the access to it in your English vocabulary or your French vocabulary, because this works double for French, right? So you have a double advantage. By the way, for all the Frenchies, si vous avez des questions, ça ferait plaisir de faire une petite parenthèse en français. Je parle très rapidement des fois. Donc, I speak a little fast sometimes. Just let me know. Huh? Omelette du fromage. Dexter. I love it. Right? Rectangular. Rectangular. Lunar. Lunar. Solar. Solar. How do you say sun in Spanish? Sol. Right? That's where you get the sol from solar eclipse, from solar panel. Right? Mind blown. Muscular. Muscular. Excellent. 2,427 Spanish words, and with ico. Many of them are similar in English. Just remember one. Romantic. Romantico. Exotic. Exotico. Fantastic. Fantastico. Basic. Exactly. Electric. Orgasmic. Who made this list? And in this order. Alcoholic. Alcoholico. Medic. Medico. Allergic. Very good. Basic. Básico. Organic. Organico. We're ready to go out and have a party and then recover the next day. Perfect. Traffic. Tráfico. 2,334 words, and with ente. E-N-T-E. All these words, we're also going to learn the entire present tense, the entire future tense, and past tense, and maybe another past tense with irregular verbs. So we got 30 minutes. Let's try and stop interrupting everybody, please. All right. There's 2,334 words that end with ente, E-N-T-E, right? Most of them are similar to English. You only have to remember one. You get one, and your reticular activating system, your RAS, right, in charge of pattern recognition, if you understand it and you can visualize it, you can taste it, and you can feel it, right, and you understand it, your RAS will be able to copy paste. I have it all the time. It's so surprising. Still to this day, I'm in a conversation, I'm speaking, I'm flowing. All of a sudden, I'll stop. Wait. I just used the word last sentence. Is that a real word? They're like, yeah. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that I knew that word. It was just because of one or two patterns that were applied to it automatically by the RAS, right? So the brain is filled with different compartments, different areas, and most of the time we don't know how they work, so they work separately. Imagine if you had a big company and the sales and the marketing and all the different divisions didn't talk to each other ever, right? It would be a disaster. Now imagine, and also if the owner was trying to micromanage every department, it would be a disaster. So once you can program your brain with these tricks, you can actually be on the beach, chilling, enjoying the margarita, enjoying the conversation, and the different parts of your brain, they're working for you, right? That's so much easier than having to do the work yourself. You just ask for the word and your brain just gives it to you. It's freaky. It sounds impossible, but I guarantee you can experience it. It's magic and it's fun. So, evident, evidente, accident, accidente, intelligent. Very good. The G is an H. Inteligente. Very good. Persistent. Es necesario. It's necessary. You need to be persistente. Every day, cada día. Right? Permanent. Very good. Remember the A is like at the dentist. Permanente. 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 Equivalent. Yeah, and the QU is like a K, and the I is an orgasmic dolphin. Right? So equi becomes eki, right? Equivalente, equivalente. Again, you might say to yourself, these are two different words. I don't know equivalente, it's so complicated. It's the same word. It's just add a little bit of like sexy flair to it. Un poco de sabor, huh? Un poco de tajín, bam! Keep scrolling up. Inconvenient. Yes, it's important to take your time, right? Take a deep breath before you speak. Imagine it in English and literally just say, like, you'd be surprised. People can say inconvenient, inconvenient. Then they try to say it in Spanish. And they're adding 8 syllables and they're adding things that don't. It's literally the same thing. Inconvenient, inconveniente. Like, it's the same. It's so surprising and it's so sad how 95% of people, right, when you're trying to say a word, one of these words in Spanish, you're adding 6 syllables, you're removing syllables that aren't there, you're making it so complicated, and you're adding in a Russian accent for some reason. Like, it's just English, Right? It's just English, but with sexier. All right, he's cut off. No más tequila, no más tequila. No más tequila. Right? How do we say urgent? Very good. There we have the U, the swing. Urgente, right? How do we say immunodeficient? Yes, very good. Inmunodeficiente, right? We're ready to have everyday regular coffee shop conversations now, right? That one will be on the exam. You have to learn that one. Inmunodeficiente, right? Just to give, so it gives you an idea how much rich vocabulary, right? You would never use that in a sentence probably, but most of you can understand that it's like something, I have a deficiency of something with the health, or I'm not even sure to be honest, but right? Something along those lines. I've got like I'm lacking something in my health or in my vitamins or something like that, right? If somebody said in a conversation, I'd be like, yeah, I can follow. But in Spanish, you could do it too. There's 1,845 Spanish words that end with al. Many of them are the same, right? Animal. Animal. Very good. Normal. Normal. Tropical. Tropical. Vital. Now, they don't like to use teeth, right? Back 300 years ago, the Spanish women had very rotten teeth. And they couldn't pronounce the V's anymore. Also the fellatios were getting very painful. So the king just banned the letter V altogether, and now the letter V is always going to be a B. So vital is vital, right? Because the I is the dolphin. So B, vital. National. Very good. There's no sh sound in the Spanish language. It's not sexy, right? Unless it's like shh, right? But so they hate the sh, so they make it sion. They don't say sh, they say si, right? So national, nacional. Isn't that better, right? Nacional. Ideal. You have to pronounce every single letter, right? So once more. Yes. Ideal, right? Every single letter has to be pronounced, and always in the same way. English is so complicated. Every letter could be pronounced in like 8-10 different ways. Ape, apple, aunt, hall, always. It's a disaster for a non-native speaker learning to read. It's a disaster. In Spanish, everything is always consistent. There's never any exceptions. So very, very fácil. Casual. Casual, conventional. Yes, remember less teeth, so convencional. Very good. 1,687 words end with mente, right? Possibly becomes
Posiblemente.
yes, posiblemente. So you just add the mente at the end, right? Possibly, posiblemente. Totally, totalmente. Probably, probablemente. Completely, completamente. Directly, excelente. Independently. Perfect, everybody. Very good. Perfect. Independientemente. Excelente. Right? Finally. Finalmente. Very good. 1,462 words end with ido. Many of them are similar. Rapid. Yeah, and for some reason, all these words, they always like to have the push, the inflection and the beginning. Rapido. It's got more flair to it, right? That's why the app is called Rappi, because it's rapido. Yeah. All right, timid. Timido. Shibiritime, right? Any South Park? No? Okay. Timido. Solid. Sólido. Acid. Ácido. Very good. Avid. Less teeth, guys. Ávido. Right? Splendid. Splendido. Also, they hate starting with S's, right? So they like to add an E. That's why Spanish is español, Spain, España, student, estudiante, stupid, estúpido, special, especial, right? Wives or spouses is esposas, which also means handcuffs, but that's a story for another day. Right? So espléndido. Very good. 1,187 words with oso. Delicious. Delicioso. Curious. Curioso. Precious. Precioso. Fabulous. Fabuloso. Generous. Very good. With an H, right? Generoso. Contagious. Contagious. Contagioso. Contagioso. Mysterious. Misterioso. Ambitious. Excelente. 986 Spanish words that end with idad. Liberty. Libertad. Right? Possibility. Possibility. Posibilidad. Same thing. Community. Comunidad. Activity. Actividad. Reality. Realidad. University. Universidad. Quality. Very good. The QU makes a K sound. So, calidad. Calidad. Curiosity. What killed the cat? ¿Quién mató al gato? Curiosidad. Excelente. Electricity. Which is that? Velocity. Velocidad. They don't use the word speed. They use velocity. They're very medieval, right? What's your velocity? What's your speed? Velocidad, right? 826 words are hable, probable, probable, honorable, honorable, reasonable, razonable, adjustable. So the J is like jalapeno. It's also an H, and the U is the U. So aju is ahu. Ahu. Ajustable, sociable, sociable, very good, memorable. Oh, you guys are so adorable. Adorable. Oh. 785 words are ante, right? They're almost all the same in Spanish, in English. Important, importante, importante. Immigrant, very good. Brilliant, elegant. Lubricant. Lubricant. Insignificant. Insignificante. It's the same words. Very good. Excelente. 677 words with Ibo. Attractive. Attractivo. Exclusive. Exclusivo. Native. Nativo. Active. Activo. Hyperactive. Hyperactivo. Very good. Imaginative. Very good, like an H. Imaginativo. Consecutive. Very good. Consecutivo. Excelente. Hopefully you all test negative. Negativo. 595 words with ario. Necessary. You never, no teeth. They hate using teeth. Colectivo. It is colectivo. So some people will say that there's a slight difference between the Spanish V and the Spanish B. You have to really train your ears. It's bullshit. I've asked 100 or 200 natives, and like 10-20% will say that it's different. Like over 80% say it's the same. I hear it the same. I use it the same. So screw it. Don't complicate your life. V is a B, period. If anyone has any problem, I can write you a note.
V always.
V is a B always. Always. The V sounds like a B. So vocabulary is vocabulario, right? Ordinary. Ordinario. Extraordinary. Excelente. Laboratory. Complementary. Easy. Complementario. 574 words end with encia and ansia, right? Very easy. Just remember difference. Very good. So we got the difference with the E, and we got importance with the A. In English, they're very similar. ENC, right? ENC and ANC. And in Spanish, it's ansia and encia, right? So how do you say reference? Yes, referencia. Existence. Existencia. Interference. Interferencia. Patience. Paciencia. Science. Ciencia, right? The I is the ciencia. Interference. Sorry, we already had that. Now the A ends. Abundance. Yes, but remember the U is the orangutan, so abundancia. Very good. Ambulance. Ambulancia. Very good. Fragrance. Fragrancia. Very good. Insignificance. Yes. La insignificancia de los problemas, right? De los problemas, right?
You say the G here? Like you say
GN, insigni, it's like it holds up. It holds up, I'll allow it. Insignificancia. 334 words with ible, right? Possible, posible, flexible, irresistible, irresistible, excelente, right? 137 words, car, modify, modificar, right? Verify, verificar, classify, very good. Falsify, falsificar, excelente. 132 words with ento, momento, cement, cemento, supplement, document, excelente. Argument, department, excelente. Yeah, argument, argumento. Yeah, GU is always solid as well. Yeah, besides that, there's no other exceptions. Yeah, except for gato. Right? There's never any exceptions. Right? 127 words with kto. Correct? Correcto. Contact. Contacto. Dialect. Dialecto. Very good. Insect. Insecto. Very good. 90% of all verbs in Spanish end with AR. And so many of them, hundreds of them, are the same in English. Just slap on an AR at the end. Right? It's insane. To control. Controlar. To invent. Less teeth? Inventar. Very good. To transport. Transportar. To implement. Implementar. Let's get fancy. Right? To accept. Acceptar. To reserve. Reservar. To confirm. Wow. Excelente. Round of applause, guys. Woo! Apologies for rushing through it because we had a bit of all the extra stuff. That's why I'm having it filmed, because the issue that I was having with the last time I was doing the lechugas was it's always different people coming and going, consistent, inconsistent. So I'm wasting a lot of time talking about some things. So now I have it filmed. I'm not gonna have to talk about it, waste any time. If you have any friends that are coming or the new people, they can just watch the video if they want before to understand what we're doing here, what's the project, what's the goal, how we're gonna be moving forward, and we're gonna be able to go. I'm gonna be able to breathe a lot more in between sentences, and we're gonna be able to actually have some more practice individually, and I'm gonna be able to repeat everything in Spanish after con el buen acento para que puedan entender bien todo lo que estoy diciendo, but I'll speak a lot more slowly so you can understand, right? All right. Final hustle. So the entire present tense, the entire future tense, the entire past tense, we got 5 minutes. We ready? Who's timing? All right. We're gonna see it more in depth next week, but I just wanted you to understand how simple it is and get that complicated monkey off your back. Okay? So present tense. All we're gonna do, take the full verb. Okay? Full verb. For I, everybody hold up your telescope. Right? What letter do you see? Oh, I spy with my little eye, the letter O. So hablar for I speak is hablo. Reservar, reservo. Confirmar, confirmo. Inventar, invento. Right? Easy. I is O because I spy the letter O with my telescope. I is O, O is I. Anybody who's ever done Duolingo? Okay, take the word yo, put it in a ball, throw it the fuck away. You don't ever need yo, tú, nosotros. Yo hablo español. Yo como picante. If you want to sound like a gringo, go ahead. You never need the yo because the O is already expressing the I. It's redundant, right? You don't need it. No es necesario, right? Just quiero, not yo quiero, right? Not yo quiero Taco Bell, right? Use that to remember the quiero, but then say screw you Taco Bell. You learned with Duolingo. Right? Even teachers think that you can't handle this crazy transformation of taking two words and making them one. I think you guys can handle it, right? So screw the baby steps. Let's speak properly from the beginning, right? Let's not say por favor, let's say porfa, right? Speak like a local, porfa. If you're a girl and you want to be cute, you can say porfis. And instead of hola, you can say olis. It's really cute. If the guys say it, it sounds a little weird, but try it out. It's funny, right? So now go back to the full verb, okay? For he, she, and it, all we're gonna do is drop the R. That's it. Take the full verb, drop the R, you have he, she, it. Hablar, habla. Why? How can we remember that there's an A and not an E? Why is not hable? Why it's habla? 90% are AR, and if you can see in your head the AR verb already there, then you take off the R, the A is already there. Inventar, inventa, right? How is she? ¿Cómo está? Right? ¿Cómo está? How is she? Right? So we drop the R, we have Roberto, Roberta, and the dog. He, she, and it. Question? Screw that. You don't need it. Now, in this case, you sometimes might, bless you, you sometimes might add it for clarification, but not most of the time, it's very, right? It's very simple, right? You walk up to your friend, he's talking to his girlfriend, she storms off. You say, ¿Qué tiene? Right? You don't need to say what ¿Qué tiene ella? It's obvious you're talking about her, right? If somebody tells you my mom's in town, oh, ¿Cómo está? You don't need to say ¿Cómo está ella? ¿Cómo está tu mamá? He just told you your mom's in town. Like, what are the odds that you're gonna throw a curveball and ask about the dog? Right? It's possible, yes, but highly unlikely and not part of normal conversation protocol. Okay? So conversations are two-way streets. It's not you against them. It's you guys working together. So they have to meet you halfway. Right? So if you just say the thing, they can figure out through the context, con el contexto, right, who you're talking about. So screw everything else, just drop the R, have he, she, it. With comer, to eat, how do you say he eats? But comer, come. How do you remember it's an E? It's comer, it's already an E on there, right? So escribir, escribe, right? So we're good, all verbs, boom, okay? For you, why? Because Mo, you're an ass, yeah, right? Mo, you're an ass, right? You, my friend, you always have an S. That's why it's ¿Cómo estás? ¿Hablas español? Right? The S. So, invitar, drop the R, put an S. Invitas. To speak, you speak. Hablas. Comer, you eat. Come. Super simple. Everybody following? Excelente. Again, we're going to go through it again another day, but just basics. Stick with me here, guys. Now, for they, them monkeys over there, right? And y'all, for me, you all are monkeys. Them monkeys are eating all my bananas, and y'all monkeys are eating all my bananas. Or you can make some weird association with y'all and the letter N. That's on you guys. It's very memorable. It's very memorable, right? So they and N, y'all is N. So, all right, ¿Cómo estás? For they is ¿Cómo están? You don't have to say how are they, your parents, right? If my parents are in town, ¿Cómo están? Right? Hablar, hablan, comer, comen. Excelente, very good. Now everybody go like this. Wherever you are, you drop the R, and you make the most out of we time. Because the rolling stone gathers no moss. Very good. So wherever we are, we drop the R, make the most. So comer, drop the R, bring the most. Comemos, comemos. Very good. Hablar, drop the R, put in the hablamos. There, we got the whole present tense. That literally gives you 99% of all conjugations of the Spanish language, 90% of which are AR verbs. So if you just learn hablar, hablo, hablar, hablo, habla, hablas, hablan, hablamos, you can copy paste and you have 99% of 90%. Not bad, right?
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Excelente. Now the beauty about this is I want you guys to get a tattoo, right, on your hand. The S, the N, and the most, because those three endings you can copy paste in the future, the past, subjunctivitis, the conditional, across the board, every verb tense. Whatever you have one, you add an S, you have you add the N, you have they, y'all, add the most, you have, it's so stupid, it's so simple, right? Let's do the conditional tense. Anytime you would use the word would, it's the conditional tense. When you're in the woods, you're in the woods. And when you're in the woods, you're in the river, the ria. Let's make it even simpler because we don't have time for the story, right? Imagine this really weird looking taco stand in the middle of nowhere in a dark alley, and the food's been out there all day long. They say, I wouldn't eat that if I were you. And your friend says, yeah, I would eat it. And then he would eat it. And then what did he get? Diarrhea. I wouldn't eat that because you get diarrhea. I would eat it, but I got diarrhea. Would, ria. Would, diarrhea, would, ria. Hablar, slap on some diarrhea. Hablaría. Inventar, I would invent. Inventaria, right? Reserve, I would reserve. Reservaria, right? Now what do we add to the ria to make you would? S. Hablarías, comerías. What do we add for they and y'all? N. Comerían, hablarían. Easy. What do we add for we? Mos, riamos, hablaríamos, comeríamos. So whenever you're thinking of would, don't think of what is this conditional tense. Nobody fucking knows what it is in your own language. So don't even try to worry about grammar, right? Think of diarrhea, right? So we don't want grammar, we don't want rules, we don't want to think. Every time you stop to think, what tense am I using? What rule is it? You've just hurled yourself into your prefrontal cortex, the monkey brain, his playground. You've pulled yourself out of flow. Now you're stressing, now you're worried, now you're trying and putting effort. You don't want any of this, right? So triggers give you easy, quick things. Would give you diarrhea. Very good. Now, for the future tense, again, we're going to do the proper story next time because we're going to...
What is a ria?
So if you don't say, I would eat, but I'm full.
Okay.
So you say, comería, pero. I would speak, but I'm shy.
Right.
Hablaría. What's me gusta mean?
I like.
I would like.
Me gustaría.
Yes, eso. Right? So me gusta, I like. I would like, me gustaría. How much nicer is that than una cerveza? Right? Me gustaría una cerveza, porfis. Right? So much, right? If you ask una cerveza, you get the warmest beer they have. If you say, me gustaría una cerveza, porfis, you get the coldest beer and a local discount, right? And maybe a phone number, right? So very, very nice. Me gusta, me gustaría. And if you remember me gustaría, you could also forget about diarrhea because you already have the ria, right? Copy paste, baby, copy paste. Okay. Now again, we're gonna skip the whole story for the future, but future is I'm going, right? So imagine you're Pinocchio and you made a wish, right? You made a deal with the devil, and you're like, Geppetto comes in, and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. And Geppetto, my boy, how are you doing today? He said, Ma, Geppetto, I made a deal with the devil. I have a bad news and a good news for you. And he said, oh, tell me, my boy, what is wrong? And he said, well, the good news is I'm finally going to be a boy. I'm finally going to be a real boy. I learned a long time ago that if I teach you something, you're probably gonna forget it. If I traumatize you, you have to pay a professional to get it out. That's why when Brendan said he still has me in his head, it was a warning. It wasn't a compliment. He's like, damn you, Phil, right? I'm gonna be a boy. I'm gonna be a boy, right? Mo, how do you say like that or that way? I see. With the orgasmic dolphin, right? Do you like it that way? Spank me on my ass. I see. Hey, so Geppetto, I'm going to be a real boy. I'm boy. Boys, I'm going. The laundry guy's there, the rappy's there, the food is ready. You say, boy, I'm going, boy. But what is the bad news, my boy? Well, I had to give him something in return, and you're going to be a sheep. And Geppetto turns into a sheep on all four hooves, get all fuzzy and woolly. He said, Pinocchio, you're such a bad boy. ba, ba, ba. So I'm gonna be a boy, and he's gonna be a ba, chi, ba. So I'm going to eat is voy a comer. I'm going to speak, voy a hablar, right? He is going to eat, ba a comer, right? We don't even need the L, just ba a comer, right? Ba a hablar, ba a. What do we add to ba for you? S, so it becomes bas a, for they, y'all are going, pan a, very good, and we're going to the beach. Vamos a la playa, a mí me. All right, that's not the real future tense, but the future tense is incredibly simple. But what's simpler and easier than simple? Avoidance. Avoid all the problems, avoid all the things that you can, right? I am the laziest person you ever meet. I will always find a shortcut and a way to avoid all the problems, okay? So use boya, ba'a, basa, bana, bamusa, but you don't have to remember them all. You only need to remember the boy and the ba, because you've already invested the time to remember and get the tattoo for the S, the N, and the most. It's the same one, right? I went through years and years of exams in French school, right? Failing most of them, not realizing that it's the same freaking endings in French as well. You just have to memorize a couple and that's it. But they make you memorize like hundreds of pages and pass exams and feel like an idiot for years and years, right? I could speak near perfect French. I went to French school all my life, but my English is better than my French. I could use all the verbs, tenses, but when it's on paper and it's like, all right, give me the more than perfect on the I form. I don't fucking know. It's useless information. How do you use it? That's what you need. Now, how do we use the past tense? Let's first learn how to avoid it, right? Who's ever taken a spa day, right? Or a rest day? Or a beer day, a football day, a chill day, a relaxed day, right? Whenever we have time, let's take a something day, right? Now, let's all travel back in time and let's take a cabo day, right? I'm gonna call a cab, and this giant magical cab will take us into the past, into Cabo St. Lucas, and we're gonna take a cabo day, and in our cabo day, we can relive all of your favorite days of your life. So we're gonna call a cab and take a cabo day. A cabo day means I just, right? Are you hungry? Do you want to eat? Acabo de comer. I just ate, right? Hey, have you seen this person? Acabo de verlo. Acabo de ver. Have you seen the movie Terminator? Acabo de verlo. 20 years ago. It was great. I just saw it, right? So that one has a bit of limitations to it, but whenever I have Spanish teachers, by the way, if anybody knows any Spanish teachers that want to come to my actual courses for free so they can learn these tricks, they're very, very welcome. And they always laugh their asses off when I get to the boya and the cabo day. It's like, you sneaky son of a bitch. It would happen often when I'm in a conversation and I'm using a cabo day, boya, and at one point I'll say something like, I just saw it 20 years ago. They're like, do you even know the past tenses? And I'm like, nope. Do you know the future tense? No, not yet. I don't need it right yet. For now, it's enough, right? So, acabo de for he, she, it. Give me a wild guess. Acabade, right? The O becomes an A because 90% of verbs are A. Acabade for you just. Acabaste, they just. Acabande, and we just. Acabamoste. So we just learned the entire present tense, the entire conditional tense, the would tense, the whole future tense, the whole past tense, 4 verb tenses in like what? 5 minutes, 6 minutes? Round of applause, guys. Excelente, excelente. Yeah.
Acaba.
Acaba de means she just. He just, it just. Okay. So like if somebody asks like, hey, have you seen my sister? Oh, acabo de verla. I just saw her, right? Have you seen are you hungry? Said, no, acabo de comer.
Okay.
Right? Is your dog hungry? Acaba de comer.
Okay.
Right? So you just use the acaba de and you're good. So round of applause for being here. It's not, like you said, it's simple, but it's not always going to be easy, right? You're going to have to wrestle with your subconscious brain, with the monkey brain. You're going to want to not show up. You're going to want to skip a day, skip 2 days. Next thing you know, 5 months go by and you're like, what the hell happened to my Spanish? Right? We need to stay consistent. We need to support each other and help each other stay motivated, stay focused, and so we can all grow and succeed and move forward together. So thank you for being here. Muchas gracias. So my commitment to you is every Thursday I will be here to give these classes. We're gonna try to add as much value and go through all the hacks. We're also gonna go through troubleshooting. So if anybody has any struggles, problems, issues, complications, right? We'll have some periods, some open floor where we're gonna simplify them and find ways on the fly.